novellas. Not only has she finaled for 2 Golden Hearts and 3 Rita Awards, but her annual auction to benefit diabetes research has raised $1.6 million. Please welcome Brenda Jackson.
And celebrated the best in happily ever after, this year's shining stars of the romance genre. But there's one more story left to tell, one more fairy tale yet to come true. From 1983 until 1989, it was known as the Golden Treasure. In 1990, it was changed to the Lifetime Achievement Award. And in 2008, we honored a legend in our industry by renaming it the RWA Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award. That special honor was reaffirmed this year when it was announced that Nora Roberts has just published her 200th novel. Recognition for a lifetime of achievement in the romance genre has only been awarded to 28 members of Romance Writers of America. It takes more than a magic wand to make this dream come true. It takes years of dedication to the work of romance fiction. Nominees must have been published at least 15 years prior to their nomination. It takes years of support. Nominees must demonstrate continued support of the genre through writing romance fiction and/or by teaching. But most of all, it takes years of effort to create works worthy of publication in this, one of the most competitive of industries. Here to present the 2012 RWA Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award is RWA President Linda Winstead Jones.
Thank you, Brenda. Happily Ever After isn't only for fairy tales or books, and although her story is nowhere near that final page, the idea of happiness, groundbreaking achievement, and success definitely describes the life and career for this year's recipient of the RWA Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's Lifetime Achievement Award goes to an extraordinary, dedicated, determined, and generous woman. With 92 books currently in print, Brenda Jackson is one of the most prolific authors in the romance genre. From her first novel, Tonight and Forever, released in 1992, to the soon-to-be-released Courting Justice, Brenda's work brings cultural and ethnic diversity to stories that convey the belief that love is truly everywhere. What's more, Brenda has just announced that in November of 2013, she will publish her 100th novel. Brenda's own romance is as close to a fairy tale as real life gets. She still wears the promise ring her husband Gerald gave her when she was 15 years old. It was Gerald who signed her up for her first RWA conference in the early 90s. Through all the years, he has been her partner and her biggest fan. Brenda has always said that Gerald is the inspiration for all her heroes. They have 2 wonderful sons and enjoy a great life in Jacksonville, Florida. Brenda began writing in junior high school, where she regaled her friends with handwritten stories. And while a long and prestigious career in management might have delayed her path to publication, it also provided her with a drive for success that she brought to her writing career. The most valuable lesson she learned during those years in corporate America is that only you can set yourself apart from the crowd. Brenda sold her first book in 1994 to Monica Harris at Kensington Arabesque. That story, Tonight and Forever, sold a record-breaking 657 books at her first book signing event, and launched her career. Brenda's friends and family made sure the entire city of Jacksonville, Florida came out to support their own with the release of her first book. Since then, she's written over 90 novels and novellas for St. Martin's Press, BET, Kensington, NAL, Harlequin Silhouette, and Harlequin Kamani Romance. Today, Brenda has over 3 million books in print. And while she has always considered her work challenging and rewarding, Brenda's main concern has always been for her readers, the many fans who buy her novels and line up to meet her at book signings in cities small and large all over the United States. From the beginning of her career, Brenda has been a trailblazer. She was the first African-American author to have a book published under the Harlequin Silhouette Desire line, and the first African-American romance author to make the USA Today bestsellers list and the New York Times bestsellers list for the series romance genre.
Woo, woo. So silly.
She always knew the importance of being visible in the marketplace and started her own distribution list in the early 90s. In 2002, she sent out her first newsletter, which now goes to over 60,000 readers each month. But her marketing savvy doesn't end there. Not only is she active on the traditional social media platforms, but she has her own YouTube channel, BJN, the Brenda Jackson Network, and a free app for Apple and Android. During the course of her career, Brenda has been the recipient of numerous awards of distinction. Just a few of them include the Vivian Stevens Career Achievement Award, Emma Trailblazer Achievement Award, Emma Career Achievement Award, RT Book Review's Career Achievement Award, African American Literary Award, and of course, RWA Honor Roll. In addition to her personal achievements, Brenda has also been recognized for her remarkable community service. She's even established a college scholarship that has helped countless students achieve their dream of attending college. And this year, we are pleased to note that she is a nominee for the prestigious 2012 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literature. Never want to be content with the status quo. Just last year, Brenda established a production company with her son and began the process of seeing her first book, Truly Everlasting, turned into a feature film. Always open to the possibility of new friendships, Brenda has formed many lasting relationships through her many years with RWA. But with last year's LTA winner, Sharon Sala, Brenda has found a special bond that has lasted more than 20 years. Since becoming a published author, Brenda has been blessed to meet a lot of wonderful fans. She's also had the opportunity to introduce romance and her books to several celebrities from her Would Love to Meet list. It is an honor to present the RWA Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award to Brenda Jackson.
Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor to stand before you to accept the Nora Roberts Lifetime Achievement Award for 2012. I want to thank RWA, its members, and the Board of Directors for bestowing upon me such a prestigious award. And I want to thank Nora Roberts for her numerous achievements and accolades, and for which this award is named. I attended my first RWA conference in 1991 in New Orleans as a writer wannabe, determined to learn everything that I could and setting the goal of seeing the name of Brenda Jackson on a published book. I went to all the workshops, met numerous authors who didn't mind answering my numerous questions and sharing information that I felt was rewarding. There were authors who inspired me even though they didn't know they were doing so. When I decided to write my first book, which would be the beginning of a family series, I pondered what name to use. Being the corporate analyzer that I was, I did a survey of the romance genre to see what names were hot. Nora Roberts had her McGregors, Linda Howard had her Mackenzies, and Jude Devereaux had her Montgomerys. I figured there had to be something magical with having a family whose last name began with the letter M. So I followed suit and named my first family series The Medeiros. And I was right. There was something magical with the letter M. To the members of my critique group from First Coast Romance Writers, who back in the early 90s formed more than a writers group, but a sisterhood. To Vivian Stevens, one of the founders of RWA, who took the time to mentor me about what writing good romance stories was all about. To my readers, whose support for me was unwavering and much appreciated. I want to thank Kensington for being my very first publisher, and the late Walter Zacharias for his profound words of encouragement along the way. I want to thank BET Books, Penguin, and St. Martin's Press, publishers who believed in my work and added to my growth as an author. Special thanks to Harlequin Enterprise. Words cannot express my appreciation to you for being a publisher I am proud to consider as home. With you, I have broadened my horizons and my families. Now, in addition to the Medeiros, I have the Westmorelands, the Steeles, and all those bachelors out there in demand. Thank you for being a publisher who continues to allow me to showcase my work. To Patty Steele Perkins, literary agent extraordinaire, I am so proud and blessed to claim you as my agent. To Sharon Sala, my agent, my author pal, a woman I admire and respect tremendously. I look forward to our long-standing tradition of taking a photograph together at every RWA conference. It's been almost 20 years now, and I cherish each and every time we can get that picture. To my family and to my friends, some of whom are here with me tonight, you are the greatest. To my two sons, Gerald and Brandon, who helped to inspire me as much as they claim I inspired them. And last but not least, to the man who believed in me enough to send me to my first writers' conference and who worked extra hours to make sure I continued to go to a conference every year after that. He's the man who is the wind beneath my wings, my best friend, and my husband of 40 years, Mr. Gerald Jackson. You are the love of my life and the reason I believe in love and romance. Undoubtedly, there will be others who will receive this award after me, just as there were others before me. But I stand before you tonight, a proud evidence of what can happen on hard work and dedication. And tonight, more than ever, I am glad I am living proof that if you believe it, then you can achieve it. Thank you.
Brenda Jackson. We would also like to invite you to attend next year's conference, which will be held in beautiful Atlanta.